What's up everyone, it's your boy King A here, and today I'm coming at you with a guide. This is the first one of these that I'm ever doing, and we're going to be talking about Road to the Labyrinth, Chapter 3. Um, I think we'll just jump into round 6. I am going to do a guide after this one on how to beat 3.5 Deadpool, but we're kind of going to go over a strategy for, this is kind of like to get through Safeguard, I guess. And yeah, so we're gonna be using the Black Panther team. So basically double Black Panther. If you have a 5-star Civil War Black Panther, you can use him too. We're gonna be using this synergy where all skill champs do more bleed damage. And we're basically gonna be using these two. And then I wasn't really sure who else to use. And so I decided, what did I decide? Here we go. We're going to be using Cyclops and Magneto to boost the attack so that the bleed does even more damage. And so basically this is built around, you can use regular Black Panther or OG Black Panther, or you could also use Gwenpool for this. And since she's coming around the 5-star crystal in a couple days, some people are going to have her relatively soon. And so all the champions in Chapter 3 have a node called Safeguard, and so you see that 1% right there? You can't lose more than 1% health. We can basically bypass that. With Black Panther's bleed, or really anyone's bleed. Wolverine is also really good to use for this too, but he doesn't get the ooh, I already messed up. He doesn't get the increased bleed from the actually maybe I should have used the crit team. Ooh, maybe that would have been smarter. Yeah. So my attacks, even though it is could only do about 234 damage from what I'm seeing, but the bleed is making her health go down a lot faster. So that's basically kind of like the basis of the strategy, is to try and do as much bleed damage as possible because these champions don't really have a lot of health. So you kind of do this, and then I can just kind of let her bleed out. I'm actually going to turn down the game audio a little bit. There we go. I don't know if you guys could see that, but I actually kind of want to exit out. Maybe I feel like using a, let's do this. I'm actually going to exit out. Let us go. And the thing about this strategy is, if there's like a champion you need on your team for someone else, for some champion specifically, as we will get into the next video, this team only uses 3 people, so you only really have to use a Black Panther. You can use a 4-star one too. Alright, what was I looking for? Crit, Electro, there we go. So I'm going to be using Electro and Miles Morales, just for the increased critical rating. And wait, is this chat? This isn't. I did this right? No, I didn't do this right. Aha, wrong chapter. So the increase, because the lacerate is basically based on how much. Let's go into chapter 3. Because the lacerate is based on crits. The more crits you get, the more bleed you're going to get, and the more bleed you're going to get, the faster you're going to be able to get down these champions. And because I think let's look at Gamora's health again, because I'm going to fight her twice. Yeah, her health is only 23,000, so normally it'd probably take about 20 hits to get her down, but if you were using a champ that didn't have bleed, it'd take 100, maybe a little less, because I think the 1% is rounded like up a decimal, so it can take like about 90 hits. I'm playing horribly. I'm not getting any crits. There we go. Yeah, so the bleed is doing a little less from last time because I don't have the attack boost, but I'm getting more crits and doing more bleed, so I think it should balance out, because I think it took 36 hits last time. Let's see about this time. Yeah, because I'm already at 5 bleeds, and so you see here health is just being eaten away. So yeah, that's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of the whole strategy. I thought I'd share this with you because I kind of figured it out when Civil War Black Panther came out. because that is a super strong synergy. So just to recap, Gwenpool can work with the synergy too because the synergy does only increase the bleed damage of skill champions, which I think is kind of dumb, but it does. And so it's basically Civil War Black Panther. As long as you have, all you really need is one, but two is better because then you can get. I think it does stack, like it adds, so it's like about 50% increased bleed damage. And also pairing that with deep wounds is really good because I have my deep wounds maxed out. So the bleed is staying on for like 2.5 more seconds. Um, and so you're gonna be able to take out. Ooh, whoa, my device lagged a little bit there. Um, what was I saying? So the bleed is gonna last for about 2.5 seconds longer than normal. And so you'll be able to get down, because these champions don't have a lot of health, you're going to be able to get them down pretty fast with the bleed. I know for Chapter 4, there are some champions with Safeguard, but this isn't a very good strategy because it's only certain champions that have Safeguard, not all the champions a whole chapter. And you probably can't solo one of those chapters with a Black Panther. I'd say it'd probably be better to use a Wolverine. Because you can get that bleed to bypass that Safeguard, and he also has regen. X23 would work as well. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll kind of show this for a couple more champions. And I'm actually gonna show what it's like to fight a Safeguard champ when you don't have the bleed. Oh, she's immune to bleed. Okay, this is a good showcase. So this is going to be the kind of fight you're going to have when you can't bleed. So you can't bleed the opponent. I mean, you can do it, but it's going to take about like 95 hits, which is pretty tedious, and you can make some mistakes. And sometimes you can't always play perfectly because humans make human errors, unless you're a robot listening to this. So, using specials that have a lot of hits is actually pretty effective, so I'm actually going to be using my special. I should be using my special one. And think about it for which special you're using against a champion with Safeguard. Think about how many hits you're getting for your power bar. And I think for a special 3, the whole special, you don't ever want to use the special 3 because the whole special 3 can't take off more than 1% damage. And so basically the reason I'm using my special 1 is because I'm getting 3 hits of 200 and about 38, maybe a little less, for a bar of power. And if I was using my special 2, I'd be getting 3 hits for every 2 bars of power. And so you're getting in 3 extra hits for every bar of power using your special 1 over your special 2. So that's like the kind of mindset you have to think about when you're kind of choosing what specials you want to use against a Safeguard champ, or what champions you want to use. Like maybe you want to use a champion, I don't know, what's a good example? Like Miles Morales, his special 2, because I think that has like 5 or 6 hit. No, I think it's 4 actually. But you just think about, or like Wolverine is good because he, for his special 2, it does have 3 hits. Okay, we almost got this done. This is super tedious. Let me try and think. I'm trying to think. Oh my god, I'm trying to think of more examples. Oh, see, this is kind of why having that bleed is super helpful, because then you don't lose from making one mistake. And their attack is high enough that if you have been taking a little bit of chip damage throughout the whole thing, a couple hits can kind of end you. So I think that was like 80 some odd hits. And so this should finish it, but it's going to be about 100 hits, because you're only taking off 1% each hit. I'm trying to think. I mean, I would say maybe a projectile champ. Oh my god. Oh, okay, she died. Might be good, like a Joe Fixer or a War Machine, because their special 1 has a lot of hits. But I don't think they're gonna be doing 1% of that opponent's damage unless they do have what's it called? Unless they're kind of really high ranked, and most people don't have high ranked Civil War Black Panthers or War Machines. So yeah, that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you guys found this guide helpful for getting through Chapter 3 of Road to Labyrinth. I know some of you are wondering, well, how do I beat Deadpool? Because he's immune to all debuffs. That's the one we're going to get around to tomorrow. So subscribe and stay on the lookout for that. Remember to like and comment if you have any questions. I will be happy to answer them. And yeah, peace.